Today on the channel, we throw up the four fingers for the Four Horsemen with the Toys R Us exclusive Classic Superstars 2-pack, Ric Flair and Barry Windham.
The spirit of the warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Jakks Classic Superstars 2-pack unboxing and review. And today, from Series 7 of the Toys R Us 2-packs, we got the Four Horsemen, Ric Flair and Barry Windham. But for all your modern-day wrestling figure needs, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. And today, we're back with some more Four Horsemen packs in Series 7. All Four Horsemen related, very, very cool. Just a few misses in this set, unfortunately, and some of it really out of Jakks' control at the end of the day. But of course, we're going to do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's take a look at old Barry Windham and the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Barry Windham, one of the most underrated wrestlers of all time. There was a time in about 1990 or so, he was my favorite wrestler that wasn't named the Ultimate Warrior. I absolutely loved Barry Windham. He was hitting on all cylinders at that time. One of the great wrestlers that a lot of people have kind of forgotten about over the years, but definitely some amazing Barry Windham matches back in the day. Of course, his time in the Four Horsemen was a big deal for me. I loved that incarnation of the Horsemen with Arn and Rick and Sid and Barry. I just thought that was a great team for the Horsemen. I don't know, maybe I was a little kid, that was the way it went. I don't know if it held a candle to the Ole Anderson days, but it was still a great representation of the Horsemen for me, for sure. So I did like Barry, and Ric Flair's always been a favorite of mine as well. So a lot to like about this one. Just looks a little bit strange with Rick in a suit and Barry being Barry over here, and we'll talk about that as well. You got Rick and Barry on the side, Ric Flair, Barry Windham on that side, and then, of course, the back of the package. You got the cross-sell down below. All Four Horsemen members. You got Arn and Tully. You got Rick and Barry. And then you got Lex and Dean. You got the UPC's warnings. You got the tail of the tape. You got the glamour shots. Let's see what it says about Ric Flair and Barry Windham. Ric Flair debuted in 1972, 230 pounds, height 6'1", finisher, of course, the figure 4 leg lock. Barry Windham debuted in 1981, 274 pounds, 6'6", finishing move, the Bulldog, but he had an amazing superplex off the top rope. I would say that was my favorite Barry Windham finisher over the years. Looking good. This set did come out in 2007 for those keeping track at home. What a time to be alive, 2007. Let's pull it out. See what all the fuss is about. There we go. See you later. Oh, man, almost lost it. Almost lost Ric Flair's glasses there. They came flying out. We got the plastic prison. Uh-oh, I think we got some Jakks sticky disease on Ric Flair. We might have to operate. So we'll see what happens here. Pull that out. Come on, Barry. Come on, Barry. There we go. And there we go. And see you later. And oh my gosh, it is a sticky disaster. A sticky disaster on the Nature Boy. It's like he fell into a vat of previously sucked on Jolly Ranchers. That's what happened to the old Nature Boy here. Very, very tough here. But it is Ric Flair in a suit. Very iconic. It looks strange in a 2-pack, but Ric Flair, he was in a suit about as much as he was in his wrestling gear back in the day on TBS, doing interviews, things like that. He was always looking good, always looking sharp. Never looking this sticky, though. I will say that. And he does have the Four Horsemen hands right there, like we see with everybody in this set. Very cool, very on point with the Four Horsemen hands. But definitely Ric Flair all day long, a younger version of Ric Flair. But you see this, you know it's Ric Flair from the get-go. Nice blue shirt underneath, gray suit. Just walked out of the 80s looking really good, old Nature Boy. Got black boots on down below. But really just Ric Flair in a suit. And, it's on par, it's on case, it's on brand for Ric Flair to be in a suit. It just feels weird with a non-suited wrestler with him. It almost feels like we need two suited wrestlers, and Barry just feels kind of a miss right here. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. Looking at accessories here, you get the big gold belt for the Nature Boy. So iconic. This and the Winged Eagle are still my 2 title belts to this day. Absolutely love this one. Love how it looks. Still love it, like I said, to this day. So really on point with Ric Flair. This one's a little bit strange. Of course, Nature Boy always did wear some glasses, so it is on brand. But it looks weird with the strap on the back. He never wore that strap, but I understand why they do it, because they want these to be able to stay on his head. I'm still not sure that'll even work with that. I'll have to play around with it for the glamour shots. But we do get the black sunglasses for the Nature Boy with this one. All in all, a good Nature Boy. I just wouldn't say it's great. I think we'd always prefer a Ric Flair in ring gear with a nice big robe over something like this any day. But it is on brand, it is on point for the Nature Boy to have a suited figure at the end of the day. Now we turn our attention to the all-star of this pack, but a very disappointing one, as we do take a look at Barry Windham here. Now Barry Windham, much like Lex Luger in the Dean Malenko pack, he was not a member of the Four Horsemen when this t-shirt design was around, so it just really plays with my head and really boggles my mind that they would do that. They said, oh, just throw a Four Horsemen shirt on. What's it matter? But now you got Lex and Barry representing the Four Horsemen from an incarnation they had nothing to do with at the time. So very disappointing. Would have loved just a plain black shirt or no shirt, honestly. Would have went better with Barry Windham. But I am happy to get a Barry Windham figure. We don't get enough Barry Windhams. Get me a Mattel Elite Barry Windham. Get me the Widowmaker if we have to. I'll take whatever I can get at this point. But you do get Barry Windham looking good here. I believe this is the same head we saw with his solo one, his solo figure in Series 10, 11, something like that. You guys know, you can look it up. But Barry looking good. Does look weird with this black vest over this shirt. He wore the vest all the time, but I don't recall him really wearing it over the shirt. So that is a little bit strange. Thankfully, no Jack Sticky Disease on this one. He does got the Four Horsemen hands on here. I do appreciate that throughout this whole series here that they gave everybody the Four Horsemen hand. That just kind of brings it all together a little bit, so I do like that. Articulation, arms go around, bicep cut, single jointed elbow, hands back forth side to side. Waist articulation, leg goes up, bend at the knee, bend at the ankle, bend at the head. That's it. That's your Jack's articulation. He does got the black knee pad and the red knee pad, then the gold and white boots. Looking sharp. He's got a little Tito Santana lightning bolt on the back of his pants, too. That's a little interesting. And he's got black wrist tape as well. Definitely looks like Barry Windham. It feels like Barry Windham. It just feels like a mess of a Barry Windham, really, at the end of the day, with this weird shirt that he was not a part of. Even though it's an iconic Horseman shirt, it's just not Barry Windham's shirt to be wearing. That's the final verdict at the end of the day. But what say you guys out there in YouTube land? What are your thoughts on Series 7, the Classic Superstars 2-pack Toys R Us exclusives? Were you as excited about me as I was to get a Horseman line? It's just unfortunate with all the events that kind of led to some trouble here, and then some of these weird design choices causing a little bit more trouble with this line. But still a very, very cool idea. One I would love to see repeated one of these days. Again, we'll see. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but we can keep our fingers crossed. And I guess we did get a Mattel Barry Windham. We got one in that 4-pack at Target back in the day, now that I start thinking through that. But we need more Barry Windhams. Don't stop there. Give us some more. How about? Maybe. I don't think that's going to happen either, but we'll see what happens. But Barry Windham, Ric Flair, two key members of the Horsemen for sure, especially in my book and my fandom over the years. But like I said, what say you guys? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the old notification bell. Don't forget about the Patreon for early access to videos like this. If you're a Patreon member, you can have this a year plus before traditional YouTube's release. Way ahead on these Classic Superstars videos for the Patreon members. Truly your best way to support the channel and all the content that it does bring. You can also support the channel over at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And then don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on Twitter. Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, and Barry Windham, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.